My tortoise is chilling. The music is bopping. And it looks like I'm not dropping frames. We are good to go, baby. Let me just make sure I get my chat open, just in case someone decides to stop by and say hi like they did yesterday. Make sure I got water. I'm gonna fill that up later. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Hello, and welcome to Pit People Any Percent. My name is Turtle. This is Pit People, which will be explained as I get into it. Before anything else, though, I have to delete my old file. And there will be some very loud, every time you reset the game, it resets your settings, and that includes the audio settings. So it's gonna like double in volume here for just a sec. So if you are like me and you wear earbuds, take those out for just a sec. You'll see me turn down the volume and then it will be fine. But it just happens. The game just does this. There are a lot of things that the game just does. Which we will see very shortly as we get into it. But for now, let me just quickly adjust all my settings. Subtitles on, obviously, the most important part. Stream friendly. You do need to show that you created the seed, or created the, yeah, seed. I mean, I'm an already random player, by heart. So, like, seeds are very, it's like natural, but there's enough RNG in this game to pretty much call it a seed, I would say. And we are going to get right in. There's a huge RNG spike at the beginning. You begin the game, if you skip the prologue, with a random unit. That unit has a chance to be a human or a cupcake. Cupcakes are the healers of this game. They do not deal any damage whatsoever and are completely worthless in a speedrun. Except for dying. We sacrifice our cupcakes to the blood gods. So if we get another cupcake, bad RNG. If we get a human, good RNG. Besides that, the timer starts when I hit play, which will be in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Pit People. It was made by the Behemoth, who also made Castle Crashers, and Battle Block Theater, as you are about to see. Okay, we got a human. That is good RNG. You're about to see Battle Block Theater right here. Yes. We take the helmets off of everyone because they're bad. And we are going to just do all of our character loadout as much as we can right here. Let's actually give him the heavier one since I made him my king. I don't think we have a good range. We do not, so we're just going to go with that. Alright, that is a good initial setup, it looks like. Let's go. Wait, that's too heavy on the best character, isn't it? Do you have a smaller shield? Yes, we give you the small shield. Okay. So basically, we just optimized our team for as much damage as possible with the starting equipment that we got, which, hey, the starting equipment in this game is random. And so, speaking of RNG, everything in this game, I'm about to be placed into a random location on one of 5 randomly generated, not randomly generated, the world maps are the same, but it's a randomly chosen world map out of 5. I'm going to be in a random location, and I will have to find my way to the battle while dodging randomly generated enemies like this. I am going to use Nitro to speed this up a little bit. Ooh, I like getting money along the way, that's very good. It's a little bit far. Okay, here we go. Not too bad, not too bad. So, we will now get into the actual like battle mechanics of this game. This is where we'll be spending most of the game, in these battles. Pit People is a top-down tactical strategy game. Go. And so we are going to be using our Gigabig Tactics brains to skip past all of this, the actual like fighting, as much as we can. Because a lot of these maps have really creative and unique objectives. This is a very creative and unique game, as you will find out very shortly. So we are going to move forward. And if you'll notice, I'm not positioning myself near the enemies as much as possible. Because in this game, you only control where you move. Everything else is out of your control and therefore RNG. So, my random unit, you, here. Right. So if you are, for example, positioned next to one enemy, that is actually the only time you are guaranteed something, and it's not RNG. Because if you're only positioned next to one enemy, there's only one possible thing to attack. And if you are positioned next to two enemies then, there is a 50% chance that you will attack each enemy. If you are positioned next to 3, 33, 33, 33, and so on and so forth. As the numbers continue to grow and grow, they're attacking the rando. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I kind of want them to go after the cupcake, who I might leave behind starting this turn. But this applies for the enemies as well. So you'll see the enemies do have some AI. They will move so they specifically attack the cupcake. And this one, well, he's down here alone. Nope, not the cupcake. I do want the cupcake to move. I just want the rando to move. There we go. Alright. We're going to leave the cupcake behind, hopefully to die. These guys might not target him. I hope they do. No, they did not. One of them did, actually, but this guy came away. That's a little unfortunate, but we will continue to roll with it, because, like, hey, what else are we going to do? He can't reach, so I guess he can just attack. You can reach, attack. You can... my random unit's actually kind of, like, close to death, which is actually kind of good. As will be explained in a sec. Hopefully my cupcake dies. Come on, Kobold, you should go after the cupcake. Ah, that is not where I want you to go, sir. Okay. Okay, that Kobold is going to make me have a 50% chance to not attack, or to hit the, wall, and the objective right here is to destroy the doors. If you can't tell by these glowing targets on it. Oh, I'm going to miss it by like a turn. That's unfortunate, but hey, this game will have a lot of chances for me to make up and lose time based entirely on luck. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of RNG in this game. There we go. Okay. Ooh, what was I in the middle of explaining? This game can frazzle your brain a little bit, as is being shown by my brain getting pretty heavily frazzled right now. The cupcake is hopefully going to die before I actually complete this objective. The objective right now is to smash up this guy named Helmetor, who has a helmet, which is why his name is Helmetor. Sophia, move there. So we are going to do our best to try to attack him. And we did specifically equip a weapon type on 3 of our units. Pipistrella has one, Horatio has one, and Yosef has one. Their weapons do bonus damage to helmets. There are a lot of different ways to deal bonus damage in this game, and we are going to try to abuse that as much as we can. Sometimes it's not feasible, but... Okay. And honestly, this is really good RNG. Being able to surround him this early is fantastic. Okay, my cupcake is alive. That's legitimately not good RNG, but I will take it because we did destroy Helmetor super fast. To get to part 2 of this map. I should talk about the plot eventually. For now, just know that we're trying to go to space. And hey look, we're going to space. Insert Wheatley from Portal jokes here. Oh, I should also explain why having the cupcake is bad. Okay, so in most maps, it is RNG how many enemies you will face, what types of enemies you have. Yeah, there's someone down here. We're up against 4. Gross. What weapons you have. So we have 3 bows, which is also very bad. Generally, that was not good RNG for enemy spawns. But the fewer units you have, there is a chance that less enemies will spawn. So like if you can kill the cupcake, you can go down to like 2 enemies on this map, which instead of having 4 is very, very good. We do not count Helmetor. You will see why in a sec. Sophia got a level up. That is very, very good. Leveling up fully heals you, and that's really all that matters. I think you get a health boost. It's like 1. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that she got it and is now back to full health, which is what I want to see. Cupcake. Yosef. Okay. So. Yeah, now we are facing 5 enemies, 4 in Helmetor, and our objective for this map is technically to defeat Helmetor, as you can see by the golden circle on him, or the red circle. Why did I say golden? It's not even close. My brain is a puddle of spaghetti. But, hey look, a net. I wonder if that'll come in handy for a certain part of this map later that I have yet to explain. Wink. But in order for that to come into play later, we do need to kill everyone except 1 unit. And since Helmetor has way, way too much health, we are going to leave him for the very end. Attack someone, attack, go. So yeah, at this point I'm just trying to kill these guys as fast as possible, while not losing any of my damage dealers. I could care less about the Cupcake, but the Cupcake's not going to die. He got a full health refill from the level up. This guy might die, which would be bad. So I'm going to try and position the Cupcake near him, because if the Cupcake's alive, he might at least be like, get some amount of healing. Why are you running away so far? It's because there's an archer. The archer AI does that. It's bad. I don't like archers. Oh, there's a level up. Never mind. He's not going to die. Perfect. Now we need Sophia not to die. Death in this game, we did turn off permadeath, so it doesn't mean a lot. But there are a couple chapters where you do need to completely reset if a specific character dies. This is one of those chapters, by the way. And that character who we need to reset is Sophia. This unit with Hattie Haddington's head. If she dies, reset. And you can just reset a single map. You don't need to reset a full run, luckily. But hopefully that doesn't come into play. It almost never does. Except last run that I had, which it did. But, you know, we don't count that. It doesn't count. It never happened, I promise. We might be able to finish it this turn, depending on how lucky I get. There's 1, 2, 3, finish it this turn. That is why we needed to have Sophia alive. Sophia has a net, and in this game, there's a mechanic to get new units on your party, which I believe is called capturing, but I call kidnapping, because kidnapping is just a funner name. I'm holding skip the video, yes please. And so now that we have kidnapped Helmetor, he joins our team permanently. And he is a basically a boss unit from the early game. Very, very strong. We're going to give him a nice pink scarf. And then we are going to immediately back out. Alright, that's good. Let's go. So with that, you did notice that I ditched Gluten, my Cupcake, and the random human that I got. Units in this game take up different slots. You have 6 slots in your party, and most units, like humans and Cupcakes, only take up 1. Cyclopses take up 2. But it is so, so worth it to have him. And you will see why in just a sec. Actually, you will know. Oh, wow, this is a really, really good spawn. Holy crap. You will see why in not just a sec, because this mission exists. So, we were trying to go to space in the first mission. This is a very good time to explain the story. We were trying to go to space in the first mission to rescue the protagonist Horatio's son. Horatio's this one with the fancy mustache. His son got stolen by a space bear. It's a thing. But if you watch the cutscene, which we didn't, because cutscenes are slow, speedruns are fast, they crash the spaceship when the bear like swats it out of the sky or something. I watched these cutscenes like over a year ago. It's speedrun. But we are now looking for another way to get to space. Luckily, our bro Yosef is a demi-cyclops, which means for right now he has 1 eye, but his other eye can tell the future. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his other eye, so in order to get in order to go to space, we need to get Horatio's Yosef's other eye. In order to get Yosef's other eye, we need to talk to Yosef's friend who knows where his eye is. In order to talk to Yosef's friend who knows where his eye is, we need to go to the Bloodbath Lagoon. In order to go to the Bloodbath Lagoon, we need a golden ticket. In order to get a golden ticket, we need to get it from this guy who got the last one. His name is Jerkimedes. And in order to get the golden ticket from this guy whose name is Jerkimedes, we need to do a favor for him. His favor is to murder a bunch of old people. Because this game... but we don't want to do that. We're going to take the moral route. He's threatening to blow us up, but, like, I doubt anything will go wrong. Like, he looks kind of magical, I guess, but, like, what's the worst that could happen? So we're not going to attack the old people. We're just going to sit here. And he is... Oh, the screen's shaking. Oh, God, is he actually going to blow us up? No, he just gave us the ticket. So we can skip that entire chapter by just ending turn repeatedly. This game is hilarious. The dialogue and the characters, all the side quests are just... Okay, some of them are really dumb. But, like, all of them are hilarious. But dumb hilarious. It's just great. It's just great. But he does give us a golden ticket after we wait for a number of turns. I'm getting stuck on something. That happens a lot in the overworld movement. And that is the second story map of the game. And I don't have any more nitro. I should not have used another one, but it's fine. That was almost guaranteedly a gold just because of how close the thing was to where I spawn. It's typically over this way, yeah. But now I only have one nitro, and I don't want to use it on the way there because I don't see where I'm going. But I can almost very easily, I can very easily use it on the way back when I know that one of these long stretches exists. Please don't touch me. Thank you. What am I stuck on? Okay, this wasn't too bad. This wasn't too bad of a location. So now we have our golden ticket. We're going to the Bloodbath Lagoon for our third chapter. After this, every single map, after that cupcake map at least, every other map has at least 2 parts to it. So this is part 1 of the Chog fight. Blood something. It's a lagoon. There's blood. We're going to send you forward, you here, you're fast, you here, go. Bloodbath Lagoon starts with a ship battle where the enemy is firing cannons at us and we are firing cannons at them. If you notice in the first map, I was not avoiding mortar shots at all. In the first map, they don't do a ton of damage. You can just tank them. Don't knock me back, don't knock me back, good. Those enemies have a chance to knock you back because everything in this game has a chance to do something. But in this map and every other map but beyond, cannons actually do very much hurt, and we are going to be doing our best to avoid them at all costs, while still standing on our own cannons where we can, in order to deal damage to their ship. In order to get to part like 1.5 of this this map. Everything has so many phases in Bloodbath Lagoon especially. It's a little bit ridiculous. But for right now, we're getting pretty good cannon RNG. Maybe not the greatest, but it's fine. We are going to attempt to maybe murder a dude or two, just because murder is cool. Only if the enemies are red. If someone is blue, you don't get to murder them. Got it, everyone? Got it? No murdering at home unless the person is red. Unless the person has a red hexagon under their feet. If they have a red hexagon under their feet, all in slaughter without remorse. But until then, we got a 3 cannon round here, which is great. If you notice, when we launch a cannon at them, it has a chance to knock them, their units off of a cannon. Don't knock me back, don't knock me back. Okay, thank God. That is RNG. If they knock you back or not. So we'll knock Leviatha and the other guy off their cannons. That actually didn't matter because we did enough damage to get into phase 1.5, let's call it, of this fight. Listen to the audience. Chog! 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 I love this game so much. We're going to see what they are talking about in a sec. Because now we are again onto part 1.5. Our mission now is to kill this what are they called? Medusa? They're called Medusas, I think. Her name is Captain Leviatha, and she took 2 cannon hits, which is very good RNG. Where the target's cannon is random, so by getting those, we're already much further ahead than a normal run at this point would be. And I just put my big tank in the cannon, but it's probably going to work out for the better because yeah, okay. He only took splash damage, not actual main damage. He didn't get knocked back, which is the other big part of it. So this phase 1.5 is going to go over very quickly, I believe. This guy's getting a little annoying, so hopefully we get some good RNG. Nope, she attacked the wrong person. So she had a 50-50 chance to attack either, but next turn we will almost certainly be able to get Leviatha. Helmetor does insane amounts of damage, and is a uber tank. The only real backside to him is that his movement is low, but as long as we can get close enough, like, there we go. Like that, he will just slap her. He didn't even need to slap her because Horatio did it for him. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of damage on Horatio, but it's fine. I think we get a small heal between parts of the map. So now, if you remember, I said we need to find Yosef's old friend. That's what we came here for. Chog. 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 This is Chog, as the audience is very clearly pointing out for us. And that's not actually Yosef's friend. Yosef's friend is not Chog, but Yosef's friend might have some relation to Chog that we are going to find out here in a sec. So, these are a new type of enemy that I'm immediately going to talk about. They're called Octoclopses. They can fire a projectile that has a random chance to have one of 2 effects. The first one is it confuses you. In confusion is marked by a red and blue question mark. Okay, neither effect happened there. That's very good. The other effect... Oh, sorry. The confusion, if you are confused, you have a chance to attack an ally that is next to you. So we can still control them, but we might get friendly fire if a unit is confused. The other thing is much worse. I don't remember what the technical name for it is. It's probably called like paint. But it turns your unit into an enemy. They don't move, but they will attack allies, and allies will attack them. Honestly, the worst part about it is that you lose movement. Which, again, if I didn't say it the first time, Helmetor is extremely slow. So him not being able to do anything in terms of moving for a turn is pretty terrible, and he also doesn't do any damage to enemies for a turn. Okay, so we're going to see that right there, and we also see the other effect there. As the map just continues ever onwards, and we have to continue to push towards Chog's actual face up here. I will also mention this enemy type, which is spawned, is a fairy. Fairies have a 2-range attack that sends out a giant explosion. They are very strong. This may or may not come up in the future. Okay, he got turned into an enemy. That's fine. It's not fine, actually, but RNG, what can you do? This stage is really the first one that has super, super bad RNG going for it. It can just absolutely demolish runs if it feels like it. So we just have to hope and pray that it does not, and we have to do our best to react when it does. Yep, you move here, go. So hopefully they attack the tentacles and not the enemy. Okay, there we go. We can completely ignore enemies. I do leave Helmetor back to deal with the Octoclopses, because if they get into the fray of things, they can convert multiple allies and confuse them, and it very quickly becomes not a good. But with them out of the way, we can deal with the fairy and this pathetic human pretty well, and even take out a tentacle very, very quickly. That was a one-turn tentacle 4. That's really good. As we now move into the final phase of this I'd call this maybe like 2.6. There's 2.0, sorry, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0 is the before you take out the first two tentacles, 2.3 is after the next tentacles, and 2.6 is now. We got the minimum number of enemy spawns on this map. You can get up to 4 with this second wave, and you can get up to 3 with the first, but we got 2 on both. So that's very, very good. That's a lot less we have to deal with. Even though we are going to be mostly ignoring them, they can still be jerks, and so we are going to still leave him a little bit further back to deal with them. As the rest of the squad goes up and bashes Chog. Sorry, did I mention Uvulor? Yosef's friend is Uvulor, who is a sentient uvula inside the mouth of a giant tentacle monster. Because this game is just like that. The more you question it, the less sense it makes, so I would advise you to stop questioning it. The explosions will deal the mouth for us, or deal damage to the mouth for us, so getting out of that range actually means we still do enough damage to trigger this event, where he pops out and we can damage him, Uvulor. And the objective is to get Yosef's friend, who knows where his eye is, so we are going to get Uvulor, if you know what I mean. Get him, boys! Get him! And meanwhile, these guys are going to do a little bit of cleanup because there's only so much space around Uvulor that you can use to attack him. But with so few enemies left on the field, we are actually in a very, very strong position here for the rest of this map to go hopefully better. Reinforcements in the form of more Octocopses probably will spawn sometime soon. And I will have to deal with those, because again, Octocopses are very, very bad, but this map has honestly gone way, way better than this map usually does. Because RNG is a thing. Oh, like that. Alright, I had to jinx it with my big mouth. Actually, hold on. Let's move you away, because you do slightly less damage. There we go. We just want as much damage on Uvulor as possible, and Sophia with her light sword is currently my weakest unit. But we still do need her. Remember that net from earlier that we used? Yeah, that may or may not come in handy again. What could Turtle possibly be alluding to here? I wonder. Yes. So yeah, that's basically the rest of this map, is we're just going to have the 4 humans fighting Shogath and Uvulor, while Helmetor stays in the bottom and just deals with whatever Octocopses are spawning, and then gets turned every turn because RNG. Because of course. But honestly, this might be enough to end the fight stupidly early if it happens. No, we're going to need to do one more phase of hitting him. Honestly, with how well this is going, that should not take long. I will go do that in just a sec here. Whew. Yeah, I'm legitimately very pleased with how this fight went. That last little, just slight miss in terms of damage sucks a bit, but like, we're gonna finish it right now anyways, so I don't even need to strategize, I can just YOLO everyone. There we go. That is the third map, the third story map of this game. Bloodbath Lagoon. And so, with Uvulor defeated, unspeakable things happen. How does one get a sentient uvula to join the party? You eat the uvula. Yosef eats Uvulor, and that gets Uvulor in his mouth, and now Uvulor is with us. Hooray! Logic. Video game. Lore. So with that, Uvulor tells us that the eye is at Mount Olympus. So that is our next objective. Nitro. I can only buy one. I am very, very poor at this game. You can get overworld gold and in-map gold and all of it's used to buy nitro to move faster on the overworld map. But I am getting very little, so this split might have a lot of walking to do. Especially since I don't think I'm very close to the upper left of the map. Where... So you can see I am grabbing gold here. You can also, use that nuke launcher to stun enemies. Alright, here we are. Mount Olympus, with its beautiful rainbow bridge that we are going to cross and go get Yosef's eye. Can I skip the cutscene? Sometimes if you hold down the button, it just works. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm unsure. Oh, do you remember Jerkomedes? So he stole the bridge. Like, the entire bridge. He just took it. It's gone. Because he can do magic. Go figure. Magic is powerful. Ooh, I almost got into a battle with that enemy. But I did not. So, in order to get the bridge back, we have to take a request. And Jerkomedes' request... Look at the roof of this building, by the way. This game is good. His request is for an orphan. So we are here at Randall's Discount Orphans in order to get an orphan. So, okay, unit types. Since we see 4 enemies, that's the minimum that can spawn here, which isn't actually the best RNG, but it's good enough. Probably the second best RNG. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are poison AoE damage. They are also weak to helmet smashers, and I currently have 4 of those on my team. So I'm going to target him and very, very quickly just obliterate him into space. So this guy back there is a human. Again, we've met humans, but this guy has throwing weapons, which are annoying and can stun people like this. This guy is a robot. Robots can teleport and deal electrical damage and can shock like this, which can bounce between units. Very bad. I do not want that to be happening ever again, please. So helmet smashers just slap the crap out of this room. Oh, it's absolutely dead. Yep, good work. Pop. Oh, it's not dead. How on earth? Yeah, so anyway, robots, electricity damage. And then there's this hair troll. Hair trolls are a lot like Cyclopses in that they have more health and attack and stuff. And they also take up 2 slots in the party. So he is incredibly tanky. He does more damage. He heals himself as well. And so we're going to not kill him. We need to kidnap an orphan anyway because, Jerkomedes wants us to kidnap an orphan. Capture an orphan. Bring him a friendly orphan. Very friendly. That's how we're being. And so we are going to capture this orphan willingly by leaving him alive and using Sophia, our net unit, to bring him with us to Jerkomedes. Pop, 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 pop. I might have put too many units down here. It's fine enough. That human up there is going to die soon enough anyways. Unless he keeps running away like a jerk. I do also need to have Sophia move down here. In order to actually do the kidnapping, she needs to be close enough to throw a net at the troll. So for now, we are just going to put her down there. I did buy a campfire. Okay, I bought a campfire at the start of the game. Good. If you forget to do the tactics, you can just be a dumb... No. Hey. Speaking of forgetting the tactics, you to come over here, and you guys just, YOLO this man. Alright, so there we go. There we go. We kidnapped a orphan. Oh, and also this guy. This orphan's gonna just join us because he feels like it. It's fine. 2 orphans for the price of 1. Jerkomedes will absolutely love that, I promise. Nothing bad will happen at all, I promise. So that is part 1 of this fight, or of this chapter. We now have to go deliver the orphan to Jerkomedes. Look at him. He looks so sweet and innocent. Jerkomedes is sure to love him, an orphan. There we are. Deliver it to Jerkomedes. And we'll see what Jerkomedes thinks. Except I'm going to skip all of his dialogue, so I might as well tell you. Jerkomedes says he wants a fresh orphan. And this isn't a fresh one. So Jerkmedes does this. Bye. Oh, that's a lot of enemies, but it is a good there's another one at the bottom, actually. That's 6 enemies. That's bad. That's very bad. But, plus side to this, fairies. These enemies that are fairies, again, deal super high amounts of explosive damage. And this map has an auto-kidnap function. Whichever enemy you leave alive at the end, you are guaranteed to get as an ally. So, we are going to leave one of the fairies alive until the very end, and we will automatically get a free fairy unit for ourselves, which is mega good. Like, omega good. Fairies are stupidly OP, especially for the end game. Once you know what it's like, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. People can die. I didn't use my campfire. I messed up the... You can use a campfire out of battles to heal. This is the only time when it's useful, and I did not use it. So Pippi might die. If so, that's mostly fine. Yep, we're going to just have a less damage output. And I get a little dialogue. But yeah, this map also has a lot going for it. Not considering that there are 6 enemies, which is way more than normal. This unit is a mascot. Mascots, one, explode when they die, so we are not going to touch it, or it will explode and potentially insta-kill units. Because this game is balanced, I promise. Oh, Yosef is also dead. Yeah, this is going incredibly spaghetti. We're now down to 3 units, and ooh, this might actually be very bad. We'll play it where it lies, Squidward. Pretty much everything in this game is recoverable. Nothing will completely screw you over, unless again you lose Sophia on one of the maps where you need her to kidnap someone. Because if you lose her, she is not alive. You can't throw a net at someone, which means you can't kidnap them. You come here. You do not attack that. Go attack that. Something. Yeah, that's a great level up. He is now fully healed. And all we need to do now is get this archer and one of the other fairies. So this map is probably going to turn around pretty quickly here. Again, unfortunately, he is very slow, so he's going to take a long while to get anywhere. I'm actually going to send him towards the fairies because they're closer, and again, he's super slow. Horatio has 4 movement, so once he's unorphanized, he can sprint down here. Wow, with Sophia, so the 2 humans are going to go down there. I'm going to have these Cyclops stick up at the top and kill one of the fairies. It doesn't matter which, just so long as they die. And they will, because he is very OP. That is a great net, Sophia. I love you. Good work. Yeah, well, I definitely forgot to heal in between the maps, and that made this one a little bit more spicy. We're getting through. We are able to now get close enough to hit this guy. And so all we need to do is kill this, pop, and then kill this. And once we do that, map is over. Our units will be revived because we are in non-permadeath mode. And we will be able to finally finish this mission. Okay, he's orphanized. Perfect, actually, because I don't want him to attack the explosive thing because the explosive thing can explode. Until then, good work, team. And we get our free capture, which is this fairy. That, all in all, the first fight of the 2 can also spawn a fairy, which means you can get 2 fairies if you're very lucky. But 1 fairy is pretty average luck. In all the practice offline runs I've done, in all the online runs I've done too, I think I've only gotten 1 0 fairy run. But it's possible. But you can use the hair troll in that case, because the hair troll will always spawn in the what's it called map. Right, I'm going to want to use this nitro probably here. Pew. Yeah, I made full use of that nitro. Where's my bomb? Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Okay, we're good. Oh, these have been really good placements. I hope the bear doesn't move me. Oh, the bear didn't move me! Yo! Yo, that is strong. Okay. And now that we have the ferry, we are going to make our last team adjustment. And that will be putting the ferry on our team, making the ferry our king unit, giving it some sweet shades, giving you a less good shield. Yeah, you can have a turtle shield because I like turtles. Actually, I want you to have a weaker sword as well. Okay, that's probably good enough. Let's go. So now that the Jerkaminis has put the Rainbow Bridge back in exchange for an orphan. I'm actually just going to use the campfire as soon as we get out, so I don't have it in my inventory for next time because it takes up space. Now that he has put the Rainbow Bridge back, we can go to Mount Olympus and get Yosef's second eye. I cannot use the... Alright. Yeah, so you can see the text there, get Yosef's other eye, and figure out how to save Hansel. Hansel is Horatio's son who got kidnapped by the Space Bear. This segment of the game is a complete and utter departure from the rest of it. It is a stealth section. If you get caught, you lose a ton of time, but if you're just slightly careful, you know, you don't do that. So this is a good time for donations, questions, etc., etc., as I am just going to be following a pretty predetermined routine in order to get through here in as few turns as possible. And there's a lot of dialogue explaining how the stealth segment works too, because, well, this doesn't come up in any other part of the game except one, which we'll see later. It maybe comes up in a side quest, actually. I haven't played all of them because there are so many. But yeah, you just get to see these kobolds kind of eat crap because they are explaining to you how not to eat crap yourself. But until then, a good time for me to rest my voice and in an actual like run on a stream for donations, for chat, etc., for memes. Has, you know, it's boring. I've said that enough. It's just it's a break in the middle of the run. It is also pretty much the only part of the run aside from the cupcakes that has no... Actually, the cupcakes have RNG too. You can lose time if they decide to move for longer. Because, you know, even in like the safe mission there's RNG. But these first two rooms of this 4-room map have absolutely none whatsoever. Everything is on a cycle, so as long as you don't screw up and maintain the cycle, you will be able to get through in the fastest time. The third of the 4 maps has a tiny bit of RNG, but we'll talk about it when we get there. We also grabbed this key card, which comes in use in the second room. As you are about to see once I go there, the second room has 3 puzzles that you're supposed to complete in order to hit 3 switches. But if you grab this key card in the first room, then you can skip it all, which is very fast. So we're going to do the fast thing, because speedrun. Now, I really am going to need a lot of water between these runs. Especially if I'm going to commentate all 3 of them, because, you know, commentary practice good. We'll play it where it lies, Squidward. We'll play it where it lies. I'll only just refill my water bottle between runs. It's not going to be a problem, probably. And hopefully I can, like, recruit someone, like, maybe from the Ori community or something to commentate this with me. Or, like, someone who plays one of the other Behemoth games who will recognize Hattie Haddington's head when I put it on Sophia at the beginning of the game. Because that's fun. But yeah, so then I can rest my voice for some of the run. There's no real, like, super, like, physically intensive. Like, I don't have to, like, clicking fast is important, but, like, not super important. There are some more mentally taxing sections, especially if you do get RNG screwed. Then you have to kind of plan your way back into the game. But it's nothing that's super, like, execution heavy. So I can typically talk. Like, I can even talk during Ori, though, as I run that. I do a lot, obviously, as well, and I repeat myself and lose my train of thought. But it's not like I can't talk at all. It's not like I have to have quiet time. The only quiet time that's probably needed in this run is when the audience shouts "chog" over and over again, because I love that voice acting, voice line, that background music. Chog, chog, chog. It's so good. And then they don't actually do it for the rest of the map, probably because that would be very annoying. But like, it would also be very funny. And this game is already very funny, so they should have done it. Come on, game devs, get on that. Actually, if there's anything they should get on, it's when the audio and settings reset every time you delete a save file. Hi! The other person who plays this game because I brought them into it forcibly by fire. Yeah, so look at my splits. Look at my splits. We're doing good, baby. Actually, I should probably look at them. Yeah, we're still doing good, baby. I have gotten like some of the best map positions that I've gotten in all of my like practice runs and streamed runs. Like the map positioning has just been so good. So even though I lost some time to nope, hold on. There we go. Even though I lost some time in a couple of the maps, like it's pretty much all been made up by the overworld movement. Overworld movement was poggers, as they say. So, if this ends up being the run that I am submitting to GDQ, this is the only RNG in this entire room. It is the Hall Minotaur. The Hall Minotaur gets one hit on you if you do this optimally. Doesn't do damage. Well, I mean, it does do damage, not a ton. But it can knock you back. Okay, yep, we got the bad RNG. So now, this becomes very upsetty spaghetti as I have to, like, plan. And if he does it again, the upsetty spaghetti only grows. So these guys are rotating that way. I can move up to here. Yes, that is a safe space from the lasers. So if he knocks me back again, very, very upsetty spaghetti. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I should be able to escape now. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I won't be able to. Nope. Okay. He's not going to be able to hit me, though. And I'm not in any laser paths. So we're good. We're good. Yosef does get a full heal at the end of this part of the map, as we will move into an actual combat section, I promise. Whew! That was a little bit tight there, but like it worked out in the end. I need to remember to skip this cutscene. So, Yosef's got his eye, and the last thing we need to do now is to leave, but the exit is guarded by, leave Mount Olympus. Exit's guarded by a Sphinx, and she closes the door. So we're going to need to answer her riddle in order to get out, and by answer her riddle, I mean murder people. Murder people with red hexagons under them. That is the only way that anything works in life is through murder. Because murdering people in this map makes them drop parachutes. And then our units will pick up the parachutes. And once all of our units have a parachute, we can jump through the clouds here and escape to the bottom of the map. And also, this is all RNG. All of this movement. Okay, Cyclops is close enough to stand on the jump pad. That's probably the best place to put him. Get up there, jump pad. You start nuking people into oblivion because you can. Okay. So yeah, the goal is to kill as many enemies as fast as possible. I mean 5 enemies in particular, because we have 5 units who need parachutes. The fairy, despite having wings, does also require a parachute. I want Helmet Smashers to go smash that, because that's a helmet. Okay, there we go. Plan, go. You can see how much damage the fairy does, and that's AoE damage, possibly. It's like, the fairy's just so good. The fairies are so strong. They can also fly, so the fairy can go over this gap if it wants to. Like, the fairy's so strong. The fairy's so OP. Don't nerf it, please, actually. I want it to stay forever. You do that. Fairy, where's my fairy? Fairy, I want you to do that unit in particular, because it has a helmet, and Yosef is batting against it. And, okay, the fairy misses. Everything in this game can miss, because everything in this game is RNG. We're not doing a double until tomorrow, I promise. I mean, I promise we won't doing it today, because I want to record GDQ ones, GDQ submissions. I'll move all my units randomly. Okay, that's fine. The Cyclops still in the middle of a bunch of dudes he can just slap into spaghetti. You can grab the parachute. You can nuke a guy. We'll grab the parachute later, because he'll still be right nearby, and these two will be able to grab theirs. Unless the reinforcements decide to spawn on this turn. Okay. Oh, okay, they're there, but they didn't stand on the parachute, so... Oh, they're going to knock the ferry away, though. That is RNG. How far they get knocked away? And it looks like 1, 2... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it back. Okay, just continue to move and plan and think on the fly is definitely the best way to just kind of rationalize what I'm doing here. There's a parachute up there that Helmetor can get. Parachute for Fairy, and then Sophia. As long as the Fairy doesn't get knocked back, I will be able to get this parachute. Okay, no knockback. Perfect. Now that's parachute for Helmetor, and then you two go beat up a guy, you grab the parachute, you help murder a guy. Alright. One of the best things about having Helmetor as well is that he takes up 2 slots, meaning that for 6 units you only need 5 parachutes. Or for your 6 slots that are your team, you have 1 less unit, so you only need 5 parachutes. Please put her near a mostly dead unit. Okay, no. Fairy's actually getting kind of low, which I don't like. But Fairy can level up in order to get that health back, or I can just end the map. Which is probably the more optimal solution, if I'm being honest here. Kill. 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 Nope, Fairy. Fairy, you go around and kill like this, and Yosef goes here. Surround this man. Make him feel pain. Good, yes, very good. So now there's a parachute there for Sophie, or Pippi, who once she gets the parachute, we will jump out and be done with this map. Grab it, and he was here. Okay. So now we can jump out, but giant floating baby head is going to stop us. But you know what? Giant floating baby heads, as we all know, are very, very weak to being brutally murdered to death. So we are going to have our units not attack the enemies, but instead all attack the giant floating baby head, and this should one-round it. And which also means you get to skip some dialogue. Yes, that was a great Olympus, if I'm thinking about it good. And I think I am thinking about it good. Great Olympus. Let's get the bamboozle out of here. We have Yosef's other eye, and the plot can continue. Skip the story, please. Skip the story, please. I'm holding the button. Please skip the story, please. Okay. Nope, didn't do that. So, Yosef's eye is telling us that we need Jerkomedes. Yes, that guy. We're not rid of him just yet. We need to go find him, and he will be the one to help us go into space. Yosef's future-telling second eye has told us that. And so we begin the second to last story mission of the game, and it's up here. Did the bear move me? Yeah, I think the bear moved me in the maps. There's Sunny Butts. Okay. Oh, God, the map has just been so lucky. It's been so lucky. So this first part is the other stealth segment I was talking about. It's not the same at all, because you can totally fail it and be fine. But in a speed run, where we are attempting to go fast, the reward that you get for completing the stealth segment is that you don't need to fight any enemies except the main boss, who's Jerkomedes. If you fail it, you get to fight a ton of enemies, like those Cyclopses. So we are not going to fail it. Fingers crossed. Failing it involves going in any of the hexes surrounding these faces, which will knock them over, and trigger the fail state. So in order to help, I'm only going to move one unit up, that unit being my mega damage fairy. And okay. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's a trick to move the camera up as fast as possible. And once we complete the stealth segment without breaking any vases, we again don't get to fight the enemies. Jerk-a-meanies is very much a jerk and will blow up his own minions because they failed him. Classic jerk move, classic villain move. And now we get to 1v1 him. You can fight him with a team, but we're just gonna 1v1 him because it's faster. So, and again, the fairy does giga big damage. You can beat Jerk-a-meanies in only 3 explosions if you hit him. He can dodge like that. Jerk move, Jerk-a-meanies. But until then, we're just gonna move into fairy's explosion range. Miss again. This can just happen. Pit people can just do this. It's a thing. You get used to it after enough times. There we go, 15 damage. Good, good, good. We only need 2 more of those in order to end this segment of the fight. Now, luckily I do have the other campfire from way, way earlier, so I can heal up the damage that the fairy has taken. Bop, and then turn. Okay, 1 more. Every time you hit him, you also get that obnoxious dialogue, so it's absolutely in your best interest to just get as few hits as possible. aka as much damage per hit as possible. Some of those 14s, I think I still... Yeah, I got him. Okay. He is in bleeding, and that's the end of this fight, where we learn Jerk-a-meanies is running low on magic, but he's not out yet, and he teleports one last time. So in order to get him before he can recover his magic, we are going to have to chase him down to his house, to the Jerk Dome, which is probably my least favorite fight in the entire run. It is very, very rude to the fairy. It is very, very rude to the fairy, as I will show. My fairy is going to get the campfire heal because fairy is at like half health. As I don't go to the town, I do not want to. I'm just going to walk by it and rocket over to somewhere. I think I'm going the wrong way. I think there's going to be more forest here. Again, the 5 maps are consistent, but just where it places you is random. Okay. And now we get to the Jerk Dome. Whew. Alrighty. So, Jerk Dome is separated into 3 phases, each of which have like 2 sub-phases. And so, the phases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 robots, that's pretty bad RNG. The worst I've seen is I think 8. The best you can get is 4. But any number is bad. Because robots use electric attacks. And in this game, all the creatures have their own strengths and weaknesses. Fairies, in particular, are weak to electricity. So these robots can do mega, mega, mega damage to the fairy. And it's bad. We just do not want at all. So we're gonna try to deal with them as fast as we can. Get a little bit of team damage because fairies... Oh, they're going to warp by him. No, that's perfect. That is... You can tell they're getting bonus... They're getting nearly double damage on the fairy. Every single time they do an attack. It's very, very strong. They are jerks. You do not like. So we're going to do some positioning here. Some tactical positioning. To try and get the best outcomes. Oh, level up on the fairy. That's perfect because it'll heal from all that damage. That is perfect. And that is phase... That is the first part of the first phase. He teleports everyone away, and then the objective becomes not to kill enemies, but to destroy these 4 consoles. These 4 boxes. Okay, they're called consoles. Sorry, when I just think of console, I think of like an Xbox, and these do not look like Xboxes. They look like, I don't know, pain. They look like bricks. Like you see in like a movie at like the, like NASA headquarters or something? I don't know. Oh god, please don't deal extra damage to Fairy. Please don't deal, okay. Fairy's still doing pretty okay. Fairy is paralyzed, which means it cannot move. Which sucks a little bit, which sucks a lot of it actually, but Horatio did a good enough job to that upper right console that we will end phase 1 and move on to phase 2, where all the robots go away, and by go away I mean turn into humans. So now there are a lot of humans, but humans don't do super effective damage to the Fairy. So while they can gang up on it and do a lot, like that, because they're jerks, it's still totally fine. We can absolutely get good, kind of escape this main horde. Actually, Yosef's going to stay down there and 1v1 a man, because he can. As we continue to try and just blow stuff up as much as possible. Being that enemies or these. So yeah, phase 2 is much the same as phase 1. You defeat a certain number of enemies, and then you have to defeat the consoles. So that is all phase 2 is. Again, phase 2 is actually easier than phase 1 because you don't have to fight robots, which are very bad for the Fairy. So we're going to try and move in such a way that we can do some good things with tactics and such. Pop a good level up on Helmetaur. Oh, okay, they don't like Yosef. Oh, that's fair. I guess he did just try to run through the middle of enemy territory, but hey, we're going to get him out of there, hopefully, unless he dies, which is fine, honestly. It's better than the Fairy dying. It is way, way better than the Fairy dying. So there's one more enemy destroyed. There's another enemy destroyed. Okay, that should trigger the next part. Yes, it will. Good, good, good. And that also means Yosef is out of danger for the time being. He will definitely be in more danger soon, I promise. This game is nothing but danger. Constant and unending danger. So hopefully everyone destroys the right equipment here. Pop. Okay, those top 2 are both dead. And okay, there's one left. And it's near the bottom, which is good. Because the next phase is going to be on the bottom, destroying these last 4 consoles down here. So you kind of got to go in a circle, counterclockwise circle throughout this room. As you spawn down there, go up, go to the side, and then come back down. We're going to just murder people as fast as we can. Hopefully Horatio will hit that. Yes, good work, Horatio. Good RNG. That was just a coin flip, but it was a coin flip that went my way, and that's all I care about, is coin flips going my way. As we pass the hour mark, being most of the way into this fight, past the hour mark, good. Good, 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 good. This is going so much better than like all the practice runs. But we do now move into the final phase, which is pure chaos. So the enemies include fairies. Okay, Yosef is dead. Again, that's fine. These enemies, who are, as I mentioned before, explosive. So you definitely don't want to set them off like near you because you just die. And then Cyclopses, which are big and have a lot of health. So there's a lot going on in this phase, a lot that could potentially go wrong, especially around these guys. When they explode, they do like 50-ish damage to everyone around them, including enemies. You can use them to like bait enemies into like death traps, but I want to nuke him with my Fairy, who is ranged. Horatio is just evading the rest of them, which is good. Okay, Fairy missed because RNG, but it's fine. We can continue to move away next turn as everything else continues to happen down here. Oh, and this also happens on this chunk of this map. Trolls will just spawn and wreck your plans. This happens every couple of turns, and they only stay out for one enemy phase before they will go away. Okay, so that one dead. Good. Good. So the trolls are going to move and attack, but then they will just disappear, and I won't have to worry about them again. Which is very, very nice. Hopefully they don't kill the Fairy here. Okay, Fairy dodged one. Perfect. Okay, no. Okay, so I still do not want you to attack him. I do want you to attack one of the little explosive guys because you're ranged. I want you to get back in there-ish. Horatio can... A perfect level up. God, get some more health on you. Actually, I wanted it on Horatio next, but like, close enough. There's just, yes, so much that goes on in this map in particular. It just makes it the just most chaotic, most mentally taxing map of the game. Okay, so now all we need to do is destroy these 4 machines and it's over. I believe the next turn trolls will spawn. No, okay, yeah, there it is. So that is annoying. They are going to be they're going to be preventing me from targeting the machines as accurately, but I can definitely get 1, 2, and then all that's left is these 3 and 4 on this side, one of which is already at low health. The trolls are going to go away this turn. And I should be able to position both Pippi and the fairy to get guaranteed finishes on these 2 machines and get a good time. So I want to finish. Actually really doesn't matter as long as they attack different ones. I probably should move the other 2 just in case. There we go. End of the map. Woo! This is going really, really well. Heck yes. Hecking yes. So with that, we have to make 2 dialogue decisions in order to properly end this map, otherwise it will continue. But they're both just done by mashing left click, which is the same way we skip text. So thank God for that. That the correct options are on left click and you don't have to think. So with Jerkmees gets hit on the head, his hat falls off. It turns out the hat was the one that was evil. He's still a jerk, but he's not evil anymore. Did I just... Oh, I definitely did just... Did it just switch the options? I've never seen that happen before. Or did I actually just right-click out of sheer stupidity? We play it where it lies, Squidward. Play it where it lies. Yeah, I might have just made a huge mistake, so we lost a bunch of time. I'll have to go watch that back, because I was just mashing and talking, and I might have right-clicked by, like, instinct, or maybe it was, like, wrong. I'm not sure. But we can probably end it quickly by just defeating him, so I'm going to go for that as my goal. Everyone hit him, just slap him in. Yeah, there we go, he's dead. Hopefully that lets me end the map. Yeah, okay, there we go. Actually, not a bunch of time lost. And there's the other option, which has to be on the right side, probably. I don't know enough about this game yet. I need to play more, because, like, there's so much RNG, there's so much that can happen. There's so much that can go wrong that everything will go wrong. What's that, like Murphy's Law? Everything that can go wrong will go wrong at some point? Yeah, that's this game in a nutshell. Where's my base? My base is down here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ah! Did like a sick 180 there of the castle. But now that we have Jerkmees' help, we can use his Jerk Dome. Let me skip that, please. We only need about 4 nitro here. Because buying nitro takes time. And we don't have to come back. Because we are going up into space. Space with the Jerk Dome, where we will get to the final battle of the entire game. Pog. I do notice that Puppy Person is about to level up, so that means it's not going to happen during the battle when I need it to, which is a little bit unfortunate, so I'm going to have to be careful about my fairy. And by careful, I mean, like, I'm still going to go completely YOLO mode because it's faster, but, like... Yep, there's the level up right here. Oh, no. Okay, we're going. I think it's... And now I'm out, but it's fine. We can keep walking. No, don't touch me. You either. I need another another rocket to get around you, please. Let me kill you. Okay. Yeah, fighting bad. We're not going to do any of it. No, we don't need to. As we will now make our way. This has definitely been the worst overworld segment by a long shot. To the final battle. Where? Hey, look, it's the Helmetites. Since Helmetor's in our party, and the Chogs, actually it's not because Helmetor's in our party, they join you no matter what. So we are going to be joined by allies. You don't control the allies. The allies move and attack randomly based on the AI. And so they can either help, or they can completely ruin your... they can't completely ruin your runs, but they can, like... They can just do nothing in the back lines for 8 years. And in that case, you just are like... Come on. Come on. But, as we are now on a bear... and if I have mentioned the elemental weakness system in this game, like fairies are weak to electricity, fairies use the element of fire. And you know what's weak to fire? Bears! Bears are weak to fire. So, because we're using fire on a bear, we're going to blow up all of these tufts of fur very, very quickly in order to create a path for us to run through to get to this, the objective of the map, which is the star. You do not have to defeat any enemies on this map if you get super lucky and they just don't get in your way, because instead you can just go basically right up to the star, just YOLO on up, and from there just end the map. That is what we are going to attempt to do. Hopefully the enemies will get very distracted by the AI, and we will just be allowed to yeet our fairy especially up, again with that explosive AoE thing that does bonus damage to fur. There's a huge wall of fur in front of the star that we need to go through. And the fairy will just absolutely just strip that fur to nothingness. So Pippi, yeah, we don't care about fire. Another great thing about fairy is that they are flying, which means they don't take damage when they walk over fire. And since we are, you know, using fire as our primary, like, thing, it's great to have a fairy you can just walk over it. This is another explosive unit, Ursa Minor, the boss of this section of the map. We do not want to kill it because, again, it explodes and deals tons of AoE damage nearby. But also, we don't have to kill it, luckily. They're going to block my way forward, and the bomb is going to block my way forward here. The bomb's also doing damage, like, a lot, and we don't want to take bomb damage. So we're going to tactically do tactics. I want my Horatio to move here, my Yosef to move here, Fairy to move here, and you to just charge forward, like, blindly. Yeah, you can see how good fairies are. They just, like, exist, and then everything around them just doesn't exist. They're literally just like those bombs, except you can control them. Well, okay, you can sort of control them because they have an RNG chance to attack everything in their range. Since their range is 2, that is twice as many hexes that are within their range that enemies can get into and mess up your RNG. Yosef forward, Fairy forward, Pippi forward, Helmetor forward, go. I heard a fairy dying and I was like, oh, okay. No, it's an enemy fairy. It's an enemy fairy dying. Pippi's looking a little bit low. I might not want to, you know, YOLO her forward as hard as I am. Too late. She's just going to be a debate. Hopefully she can level up, but I have no idea what level or what her experience is at. So maybe she'll die. Who knows? Until then, there's a bear trap in the way. I might not actually want to set her through that, so I'm going to distract with the fairy up here. Big man, you come up here. You come here, you come here. Okay. That should hopefully keep Pippi a little bit away from people who exist. So many bombs. There were so many bombs. It's RNG if a bomb spawns or not from each tuft of fur that you destroy. Bombs can be helpful in that they will make enemies go away. The enemies are AI trained. The AI is trained to not, like, eat a bomb for no reason. So you can count on that pretty well to move them away, but you also don't want to take them yourself. But they also can help destroy fur if there is still fur nearby when the fairy, or when the bomb goes off. I don't actually want to punch him, I just want to get by him, and I want to create a little bit of a distraction to maybe help Pippi survive. Maybe. But the fairy is now slipped by very, very well, which is exactly what I want. So the fairy can just go ham, go sicko mode on this fur, while everyone else catches up. Little bit of damage. Pippi's gonna be fine. Look at that. She's a trooper. What a trooper. Okay. Did she get knocked back? No, she did not. No one got moved there, actually. Interesting. So everyone else, doop, 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 doop. Okay. We're still protecting her a little bit. Like, she's gonna guaranteedly take a hit from one of the enemies here. 50% chance from these two spots that she takes a hit. We definitely want to keep her alive, but it's not like the most important thing. The most important thing is still going fast. And she's only doing like 1 damage from each. Okay, 3 damage from the boss because it's a boss. So yeah, okay, now she's in like legitimately real trouble. So I might need to be a teeny tiny bit careful, but also YOLO swag. Okay, you actually can fight them off pretty much. Yeah, hit him back. Knock him back. Come on, Avatar. Come on, big man. Knock him back. You can do it. Or just insta-kill them. That also works. The fairy has already started damaging the star. That's super good RNG. With all the tufts of fur around, it can be very hard to get the fairy to accurately aim at the star. This fairy, on the other hand, might target and kill Pippi. Okay, Pippi's dead. That sucks. But it's not the end of the world. We can continue going and continue moving towards the end of the game. We're already in the final battle, but like the end of the game, Yeah, that's revenge for killing my fairy. Or for killing my Pippi. But luckily the fairy didn't die, and that's the most important unit, so... Pippi might be my weakest unit? I don't know. It's hard to determine like strength and weakness accurately in this game. Just because, like, RNG is always a factor, and there's chaos involved. Which, I mean, RNG is still a factor. But, okay, we should be able to guaranteedly finish off this, depending on where the shroom moves. Okay, we're going to be able to finish off the star next turn, and then we will move on to the final. Yeah, you do have fleas. They're called humans. They're also, like, your cleaning crew, so I don't know why you're complaining. Like, look, a lot of the enemies have, like head barber shaving tools. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, that is part 1 of this map. We are now moving on to part 2, where I need to skip the video. I always forget to do those. You pieces. That doesn't feel nice. Oh, good. Of course it doesn't. You killed my Pippi. So, we lose our allies, the RNG, or the RNG allies. And so this time it is just my units, and that means losing Pippi is a little bit of a bigger deal. Again, if you lose allies, there are a chance that fewer of these spawn, and we got 4. I've seen like 6 before, so 4 is pretty decent. I also do have to watch out. These lawnmowers come in a couple turns, and they will knock units back, which I do not want to happen. I want to have my units forwards and not back, if you could imagine. So we're going to do my best to keep progressing forward. Find a bomb in the middle of enemy territory. That's going to scare them. A lot of them are going to get scared back. They do have a unicorn. A unicorn is a very long-range mortar type unit. I think that space is safe. That space is safe. You're a fairy. Everything is safe for you. You go here. All right. Oh no, I might have just put Horatio in the lawnmower. Yep, Horatio's in the lawnmower. Whoops. That space is not safe. He's totally going to get lawnmowered and knocked back. We'll see how far. It's 1 space. Oh, no, never mind. He got knocked back a 2nd time. So he's probably just going to be a sacrifice while everyone else just YOLOs forwards. Luckily, the lawnmowers do clear a path, and the fairy has been on point right now and has just cleared up so much of this area. Horatio, yeah, just kind of like walk through some like spikes. I don't really care. We're just going to move everyone else as far forward as possible so we can get towards that ending star now. So all we need to do is get to this. So here is the final boss of the game. It is a 3-space big hair troll, or hair mom, whose color is a major. And hair trolls are all named Big Mamas, actually. So she's a Big Mama. She has a little... Her baby triggered the bear trap. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's so sad. He spawned only to die. In addition to fairies being beasts and everything else, they are also AoE damage, which is good against hair trolls. And they're fire damage, which is good against hair trolls. So they're just by far and above the best unit to have on this map. And that's why we absolutely grab one when we can and abuse the crap out of him. Her? It? Actually don't know. Gender doesn't matter. Gender's a construct anyway. As these two are going to tank, Yosef and the fairy are going to do their best to sprint towards the end. I will have about a 33% chance of ending the game if I put my fairy here, and about a 33% chance if I put Yosef here for a couple turns. So, this could end in the blink of an eye, so hold on to your butts, because there it is. Alright, wow, what a run. Holy crap. There is still a little bit more to go. That is not time yet. I have to do a little bit of movement. A little bit of schmovement. This very last bit, you have to, and I quote from the guide, the text guide that I wrote, escape your son as fast as possible. No, ditch your son as fast as possible. I can't remember the quote anymore, but it's basically... Wait, what? I love the game. The audio is so good. The cutscenes are also good. Play this game. It's hilarious. Oh, my pet tortoise is asleep. I love him. But yeah, that is Pit People. Very RNG, but honestly, it balances out pretty well, and it's all pretty much reactable. Like you can have like the worst things happen to you and have enough like leeway to continue winning the game. Very much good. So I'm slow at mashing text. My son usually catches up to me here, but my son will never catch up to me again, I promise. Goodbye, son. As when I touch the city is when time is called, and there's a little bit more dialogue before that, but I'd like to thank myself for deciding to play this game, for my cousin who's in the chat, for getting roped into playing it with me. I'm so sorry for making you play this game, but also, you like it, you know it. Time. I'm just goofing around. I love this game. It's super fun. It's super frenzy and chaotic and memey. And I just got a PB by some good amount of times. Is that a sub 120?
Well, hooray for
oh. Oh, it's not, but it's close. It's heckin' close. That was a great run. Yeah, estimate's probably 130. My first run ever was a 131. And after that, it's just, I think that was my first one. It was either my first or second. And after that, I've gotten everything that I've done signal segment, or sorry, I've done resetless, I've done in under 130. Even with all the RNG in the world, you can totally just slap your way to the end in a good time. Like this. This is a good. Where is it? It's above me. This is a good. So I am going to go record another to try and see if I can't get better commentary, less ums in there as I work on my wording and my phrasing. Like I just didn't right there. It's something that I do, and I just can't really help it. I do need to rest my voice though, because I have been talking now for a little over an hour and 20 minutes. But I will go quickly grab a drink, be right back. Thank you for watching. For the one person who's watching, who is my cousin, who I roped into playing this game with me. I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh, I also love, you can faintly see a question mark because there's a true ending, but we don't care. This screen says the end, that's all that matters. And I will let you listen to the intro music, which is cool as butts, while I do the drink break. Yeah, my throat needs it. My throat does very much of the need it. Okay,